Hi, I'm Kathleen Ng of Asia Private Equity Center. We would like to share with you a significant development in the artificial intelligence sector, which is the supply of AI chips in China. On 7th of January, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology announced that by 2027, which is 2 years from now, the country's foundational AI technologies must have safe and reliable supply. Interestingly, this statement came when the IPOs of 4 AI chip makers, Moore Threads, MetaX, Byron Technology, and Shanghai Ilovata, all achieved spectacular IPO results. They raised a total of US $2.9 billion, with the equivalent of US $1.1 billion raised by Moore Threads, being the second largest IPO in China's Asia market during 2025. Altogether, these 4 IPOs are undisputed evidence of strong domestic and international investor stock interest of AI chip stocks. As you can see, there are already 2 additional AI chip makers planning to be listed either on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange or at the Asian market, suggesting that China has already built a very robust AI chip supply chain. The IPOs and post-IPOs of these 4 AI chip makers were just simply legendary. This is particularly the case for both Moore Threads and MetaX. They were listed on the Shanghai Stock Exchange Star Board. The domestic investors' interest of these stocks was really clear. We look at MetaX, which was listed in less than 2 weeks after Moore Threads, and yet its share price jumped by nearly 7 times of its IPO price. By the time when these 4 AI chip companies have completed their respective listing, which was on 9th of January, the total market value of these 4 chip makers add up to nearly $100 billion. And during this period of time, when just a shy over a month, the equity value of the shares of these 4 companies has increased by $72 billion. This is really quite phenomenal. This slide is a very poignant illustration of the premiums that investors were prepared to pay for China's AI chip company, which far exceed those in the US. Let's look at NVIDIA. On 9th of January, looking at EV to revenue, it was 20.9x. But the 4 companies that were listed were significantly higher than that for NVIDIA. Let's look at Byron and Ilovata. Both of them were listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. As you can see from the last slide, the rise of their share price at the debut days were much more subdued compared with Moore Threads and MetaX that were listed on the Star Board. Even so, both Byron and Ilovata managed to attract valuation higher than that for NVIDIA. As you can see from this slide, investors were making exceptions for these 4 companies, which were not profitable, and yet they enjoy outstanding successes in completing their IPO. Obviously, investors were counting on the exponential growth of revenue of these 4 companies, with Byron expected to reach over RMB 2 billion in revenue in 2025, based on the past pattern of growth that it has attained so far. With the amount raised by these 4 AI chip companies and investors' strong interest of such stocks, all these pointed to China's ability to achieve its goal to be self-sufficient in its AI chip supply. And this is only the beginning.